Papa beat Mama until she fell silent. The rancher brought justice and carried the children away. Mercy pressed her back against the kitchen door, watching blood seep between the floorboards. Her baby brother Finn whimpered in the corner, clutching his torn blanket. The house felt different now, empty, like all the air had been sucked out through the broken window. Their father Dale stood over Mama's still body, his knuckles split and raw. His chest rose and fell like he'd been running, but he hadn't moved in minutes. Just stood there, staring down at what he'd done. Mama. Mercy's voice came out smaller than a whisper. Dale's head snapped toward her. "Shut up, girl. Is she sleeping?" "I said shut up." Finn started crying louder. Dale's jaw twitched. His hands curled into fists again, and Mercy felt her stomach drop. "Make him stop that noise. He's just scared. Make him stop, or I'll give him something to cry about." Mercy crawled toward her brother, her bare feet sliding on the slick floor. She pulled Finn close, pressing his face against her shoulder to muffle his sobs. His tiny body shook against hers. Through the cracked window, dust rose from the county road like smoke signals. A black truck moved toward their house, steady and deliberate. Not the mailman, not the pastor. Someone else. Dale saw it too. His face went white. "Get your brother now." "But Mama needs—" "Now!" The truck's engine grew louder. Heavy boots would hit those porch steps soon. Mercy had never seen her father scared before, but she saw it now. In his eyes, in the way his hands shook. The truck door slammed shut like a gunshot. Jacob Stone filled the doorway like a mountain come to life. His weathered face showed no surprise at the blood on the floor, no shock at Clara's broken body. Just cold, steady fury that had been building for 20 years. "Step away from them children, Dale." Dale's voice cracked. "This ain't your business, Stone. Everything in this county is my business." Jacob's boots crossed the threshold with authority that didn't need a badge. His eyes swept the room, taking in every detail. Mercy hugged Finn tighter in the corner, watching this stranger who made her father shake. "You finally did it." "Did what?" "What your daddy did to your mama." "What his daddy did before him." Dale's hand twitched toward the rifle hanging over the mantel. Jacob's voice cut through the air like winter wind. "Touch that gun, and I'll break every bone in your body." The threat carried weight. Jacob Stone owned half the county, ran cattle on land that stretched beyond the horizon. When he spoke, even the sheriff listened. "Clara was my wife. Clara was my sister." The words hit Dale like a physical blow. His knees buckled. Mercy's world tilted sideways. Mama had family. Mama had a brother. "She told me her family was dead." We let her think that. "Kept her safe for 15 years. Safe from what?" "From you." Jacob knelt beside Clara's body, his calloused hands gentle as he closed her eyes. When he stood, his face had turned to stone. She ran to protect herself. "Found you instead. I loved her. You killed her." Dale's shoulders shook. All the fight drained out of him like water from a broken bucket. "What happens now?" Jacob looked at the children, then back at Dale. His decision had already been made. "Probably years ago. Now you disappear." Jacob knelt beside Clara's body, his large hands gentle as he closed her eyes properly. Mercy crept closer, still clutching Finn. "Your mama's brother?" "I am." "She said she didn't have family. She said that to keep you safe." Dale slumped against the wall, all fight drained from him. Safe from what? What did she run from? Jacob's jaw tightened. From the Hartwell family. From what they did to her. Who are the Hartwells? Governor's cousins. Owned the bank, the mill, half the businesses in town. Jacob's voice carried old rage. Clara worked for them when she was 16. Gleaned their big house on the hill. Mercy felt something cold crawl up her spine. What happened? Judge Hartwell's son took what wasn't his to take. When Clara fought back, they said she was lying. Then she seduced him. Dale's face went white. Jesus, they ran her out of town. Threatened to kill her if she ever came back. So we made everyone think she was dead. Easier that way. But she found me. She found you. Thought she could start over. Jacob looked at Dale with pure disgust. Instead, she married another monster. Finn whimpered in Mercy's arms. She rocked him gently, trying to process everything. Mama had secrets. Mama had been hurt before. Why didn't she tell me? Because some wounds don't heal. Some stories are too heavy for children to carry. Jacob stood slowly, his knees creaking. Outside, the wind picked up, rattling the broken window. The Hartwells still run this county. Still think they own everything in it? What's that got to do with me? Everything. Because now Clara's dead, and her children need protecting. Dale's voice cracked. From who? From you, from them. From anyone who thinks they can hurt what's left of my family. Jacob's eyes burned with purpose. Pack your things, children. We're leaving. Where are we going? Home. Jacob moved toward Dale with the slow certainty of a storm approaching. Dale pressed himself against the wall, nowhere left to run. What are you going to do? What should have been done years ago? I'll leave. I'll disappear. You'll never see me again. Too late for that. Mercy watched from the corner, Finn still in her arms. Something terrible was about to happen. She could feel it in the air, thick and heavy like before a tornado. Please. I know I did wrong, but I loved her. Love doesn't leave bruises. I can change. Men like you don't change. Your daddy didn't. His daddy didn't. Jacob's hand moved to his belt. Not for a gun, for something else. Something that glinted silver in the dying light. You can't just kill me. Who says I'm going to kill you? Dale's eyes widened as he saw the knife. Not a hunting blade. Something smaller, sharper, designed for precision work. What are you doing? Marking you. So everyone knows what you are. No, please, hold still. This will only hurt for the rest of your life. Jacob's movements were surgical, deliberate. He carved 2 letters into Dale's forehead while the man screamed. M for murderer. W for wife killer. The blood ran down Dale's face, like tears he'd never shed for Clara. Now everyone will see. Everyone will know, Dale sobbed, pressing his hands to the wounds. Why not just kill me? Because death is easy. Living with what you've done is hard. Jacob cleaned the blade on his shirt. You'll walk out that door. You'll keep walking until you're gone from this county. If I ever see you again, if you ever come near these children, I'll finish what I started. And if I tell people what you did, who's going to believe a wife killer over Jacob Stone? The truth of it hit Dale like a physical blow. Jacob owned this land, these people. His word was law. Get out. Dale stumbled toward the door, blood dripping on the floor where Clara's had already dried. He paused at the threshold. Those children are mine too. Not anymore. The door slammed shut. Outside, Dale's truck started up and drove away into the gathering darkness. Jacob turned to the children. Now we clean this up. Jacob lifted Clara's body with reverent care, carrying her outside to his truck. Mercy followed with Finn, her small legs struggling to keep pace. Where are we taking Mama? To the family cemetery. Where she belongs. What about the house? The house burns tonight. Jacob set Clara gently in the truck bed, covering her with a clean blanket from behind the seat. His movements were ritual, respectful. Like he'd done this before. Why does it have to burn? Because some stories need ending. He walked back inside, returning with a red gas can from his truck. The smell of gasoline filled the air as he doused the walls, the floors, Clara's blood. Will people ask questions? People see what I tell them to see. Jacob struck a match. The flame danced in his weathered hand like a living thing. Sometimes houses just catch fire. Old wiring, dry wood. These things happen. He dropped the match. Fire bloomed across the floor, hungry and bright. The house that had held so much pain began to consume itself. Get in the truck. Mercy climbed into the cab with Finn. Through the windshield, she watched orange light flicker against the night sky. The heat made the air shimmer. Uncle Jacob. Yes? Will we be safe now? You'll be safe. The truck pulled away as the roof caught fire. In the rearview mirror, Mercy watched her childhood home collapse into itself. Sparks rose toward the stars like prayers. Where are we going? To the ranch. To family. Will you tell us about Mama? About before? When you're ready to hear it. The fire burned behind them until it was just a glow on the horizon. By morning, there would be nothing left but ash and foundation stones. The earth would remember what happened here, but the earth kept its secrets well. The truck rolled through the darkness, headlights cutting through the night like searchlights. Mercy held Finn close, feeling his small body finally relax into sleep. Behind them, smoke still rose from what used to be their home. Uncle Jacob. Yeah? What's the ranch like? Big, quiet, safe. Will there be other children? Just you two. And me. The road stretched ahead, empty and endless. Jacob's hands gripped the steering wheel, steady and sure. He'd driven this route 1,000 times, but tonight felt different. Tonight he was bringing family home. Will people know who we are? They'll know you're mine. That's all that matters. Mercy watched the landscape blur past. Rolling hills, barbed wire fences, cattle sleeping under the stars. Everything looked different from inside Jacob's truck. Bigger, more hopeful. What about school? There's a school in town. Good teachers. They'll take care of you. What if someone asks about Mama? You tell them she's buried on stone land. With honor, the truck crested a hill, and Mercy saw lights in the distance. Not city lights, but something warmer. House lights, porch lights, home lights, that's it? That's it. The ranch spread before them like a promise. A big white house with a wraparound porch. Barns and pastures stretching to the horizon. Everything Jacob had built with his own hands. It's beautiful. Your mama loved this place. Spent summers here when we were kids. She did. She did. Helped me raise calves. Rode horses. Laughed more than she ever did after. Jacob pulled into the circular drive. The truck's engine ticked as it cooled. Finn stirred in Mercy's arms, opening sleepy eyes. We're home, baby. Jacob climbed out, moving to the truck bed where Clara lay beneath the blanket. He lifted her one last time, carrying her toward a small family cemetery beyond the barn. Come morning, we'll lay her to rest proper. Tonight, we just get you settled. Mercy followed him toward the house, carrying Finn. The porch light glowed warm and welcoming. Inside, she could see furniture covered in white sheets, waiting for life to return. Will we be happy here? We'll be family here. That's better than happy. The door opened before them, and they stepped inside together.